And today we have Ron O'Connor, Operations Manager, Code Enforcement, and Randy Stratt, Code Enforcement to the rental housing inspection. And we'll have you guys, who wanted to go first?
Which one's which?
Oh, this is Ron. Well, I'll let Ron explain to you what he's doing. But both very important in our area.
Hi there, I am the Ron O'Connor that you mentioned. Interesting microphone. What I'm here, Randy does the rental housing inspection program, and realtors tend to have a lot of them have properties, so we brought him along even though, well, we just knew the questions were going to come up. If you have any specific questions about items that are unique to just you, I'll hang around outside. You can come in and cost me out there. I'm here for this one little form here. You'll take a look at it. The City of Sacramento has a program, the vacant building program, which we have a lot of vacant buildings, that City Council got really sick and tired of the banks and their managers that weren't taking care of them. So they revamped our vacant building program and bumped the fines up to well, they bumped them way up. So we've got a whole bunch of buildings out there that are now pieces of junk, roughly speaking, or not. Some, the ones we get involved with are being torn up usually by the time we get to them. They're upside down. A lot of houses are selling in Oak Park now. The bank's trying to offer them for $20,000 to $40,000, and we'll have $40,000 to $60,000 worth of fines on them. It makes it a little hard on the bank to try to sell them, and they have to actually pay money to get rid of them. So we worked a plan out to try to remove a bunch of the fines. With the fees, we don't remove because the inspector has to go out there and inspect it once a month at least. And a lot of the time they have to reboard the building up because we can't seem to get a hold of whoever's managing the property, or they'll call us back in a day or two. And once we kick the transients out, we'd like to secure it before they get back in and tear it up anymore. So there's a fair amount of fees, but nothing nearly what the fines are. So we worked this agreement out here for a new buyer that's going to come in and fix it up and get somebody in there, and we don't care if it's a tenant, if they're going to fix it up and rent it, or fix it up and flip it. We love flipping. We're knocking off up to 90% of the fines. So that gives them a benefit. Now, I don't know if you guys work for the banks that are trying to unload them or the purchasers that are coming in to purchase them. If you work for the banks, we don't want to talk to you. We are making a deal with the purchaser. And basically what we're doing is looking at seeing how much is owed on it in fines, which would be the top line there, and then how much we're willing to remove if they get the job done in generally 60 days. So if we're going to knock a bunch of money off, we want a very, very quick turnaround time. So they have to be good at what they do. You get a good contractor in there and get it fixed, or if you do it yourself, that's fine also, but you need to get it fixed in a hurry. Because if it's not fixed in that amount of time, they owe that money we're going to get rid of. We don't get rid of it till the end. So that's pretty much what this program is. It's pretty darn simple. We've been running it. It won't cover anything that's already been leaned at the county, because we would have to write them a check and pay penalties to the county for it. So those are out, done. Sacramento County Utilities, we're not working with any of the other city things. We're only working with what fines we put on the property. We try to turn around the amount owed fairly quickly. Right now, it's taken a week because we can look at our case file and not even really know what's owed. It's pretty dynamic situation that we're working in. We try to let you know ahead of time. We'd like to work with the customer that's purchasing it before they go into, before they put a bid in, so they know what, they have the inside information, even though I'm saying up to 90%, everybody knows. But they have the inside information on what deal they've made, so they can negotiate with the bank knowing that. We're not gonna tell the bank what that is, unless they do a Public Records Act request, and then we have to. But we're just trying to get these things turned around. And we just, this really won't affect you, or it might, because it'll raise the value of the property so you make more when it sells. But we just found a bank, or the first one we run into, that wants to fix the house up before they sell it. So for them, we decided to take 50% off. I mean, they're part of the problem, but still, if they're willing to get in there and fix it up, the main thing we're looking at is getting these things occupied. I think that's about it. I am Irish, so I could probably talk for another 2 hours on this, but are there any questions? None, huh? Sure, no, I don't see any. Okay, yes.
So is it up to the agent, the buyer, to call the city? Because I'm sure the title company doesn't have the up-to-date
The
information.
buyer's agent can call the city,
Okay.
but we're still gonna do the negotiation with the buyer. The buyer's gonna
Right.
sign on the line that they're
Exactly.
willing to take that
No, to
risk.
find out what is owing. The buyer would have to call the city then to find out what
Yes.
is owing. Okay. So the amount that's going to be removed, you said you'll remove up to 90% of the fines, but not the fees.
Correct.
Is this, and these are not showing as a lien on the property, so the buyer's new lender will not be aware of these fines, so they won't kind of hold up the loan process?
It holds up the loan process because we've got a cloud on the title, less pendants saying that we have action against the property.
Okay,
So if they're too stupid to check ahead of time,
yeah,
I'm not feeling sorry for them.
exactly.
And if they listen to Deutsche Bank, I really don't feel sorry for them because Deutsche is telling them all those go away, and they
Right.
don't.
Exactly. So they would have to fix up the property before the loan closes then, or put that in an escrow?
No, a lot of these people have hard money or cash themselves, but if they don't, and this is for any time, anywhere, we're willing to subordinate our cloud on the title saying we have action to a new first. Some banks will do it, some won't, but we will always do that. Not this program, it's anything.
Okay.
Yes?
Hi, actually, I'm representing a lot of buyers in Oak Park, and this has come up.
Oh,
Usually,
you are busy, aren't you?
I'm very busy. Thank you. Okay, so a lot of the house fines, once they're recorded with the county, the bank is usually willing to take care of this. You're talking about the monitoring fee where the homeowner gets a notice posted on the door where it says you have X amount of time, and then we're going to come out unless it's an immediate board-up, right?
Okay, the monitoring fee is not covered, that's a fee for service. It pays for the inspector to drive out there, do the inspection, come back, put notes in the computer, and
Okay.
do the paperwork.
So
The administrative penalties, which for a lot of these really bad properties that you see out there, the ones we're kicking transients out of every time we go, are $10,000 a month.
why is that? Why is it so punitive?
Because city council got cranky, I guess. Should I say that on camera? Yeah, they got cranky really about the number of really cruddy buildings, the banks were not doing anything. And the companies they had taken care of them were just taking the money. There probably wasn't enough money to do what they were supposed to do. So the city council really made it punitive. And that's the stuff that we're here to waive most of.
The $10,000.
The $10,000 a month thing.
Isn't it $5,000 a month for a while and then it jumps up?
It's $1,000 a month for the first month, $5,000 for the second, if you haven't had a vacant property on our list in the last 2 years. If you have, which is like all the banks, and a lot of other landlords in the area that took the equity out and ran, then it goes from $2,000 the first month to $10,000, up to $10,000. If there's nothing wrong with it, they're either getting just the monitoring fee or maybe $100 penalty instead of $10,000.